Hello and welcome to the Royal Ascot Wrap Show. Now, after a glorious day one, we have got an even more spectacular day two. And Susan and I have brought you up here to level 6 to give you a little bit of a bird's eye view.
Well, I hear this is the place where all the royal boxes are, so maybe we can pop in and have a spot of lunch.
A spot of lunch, Susan? I don't think so. We've got a show to produce.
Not even a glass of champagne?
No, I'm sorry, love. Yes, so we're back here in the Royal Ascot Fashion Studio, and it's another hot one, Susan. What are your tips for staying cool, calm and collected today?
It's best to stick to natural fabrics like silks and cottons. Linens are great too. Very breathable fabrics so you can get the air circulating. Otherwise, I would say steer clear of man-made fabrics. If all else fails, bring a fan.
I want one of those. It's always so lovely to see the people as they arrive through the gates. It really is the best people watching in the world.
I have the most amazing guests here, first timers to Royal Ascot. So can you introduce me to everyone? What's your name, sir?
I'm Hirokazu Takashi.
Yes, and this lady here?
Yes, Terumi Kiyokawa.
Hello, Seiji Kaho.
Shinichi Okada.
So these are first time comers to Royal Ascot, and they've come in traditional kimonos. Now, I've just been told that the prices of these kimonos are worth, for the gentlemen, a BMW, and for the ladies, a Ferrari. So this lady is wearing a Ferrari as a kimono, and it's just so wonderful. So is this your first time here?
Yes, this is the first time here. Come to here. Very exciting.
Yes.
I enjoy it very much.
And what is it you've come to see? Is it the fashion, the horses, the food? What is it about Royal Ascot?
I'm looking for the whole things, like fashion and eat foods, and also the fashion, very beautiful fashion.
Yes.
And so on.
And the ladies?
Yes,
Betting, bet, to bet.
We want to bet some
want to
money
bet?
to the horse.
Okay, so do you watch horse racing in Japan?
Which horse?
Yeah, do you watch horse racing in Japan?
Yes, sometimes, but it's very rare for me.
Very
yeah.
rare for you. And
Yeah.
the ladies, do they watch horse riding?
競馬とかします? No.
Not
No,
at all.
No.
So this is the first
Yeah,
time.
this is the first time.
Well, it's wonderful that you've come here in your national dress. It's absolutely beautiful, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Arigato. Arigato.
Now, Royal Ascot is all about hats, and with Ladies' Day tomorrow, we could look forward to seeing the very finest. This year, Royal Ascot have teamed up with the Millinery Collective, and I went behind the scenes at their recent shoot. Royal Ascot is by far the most celebrated week of the year for millinery the world over, and along with, of course, the high fashion, hats have always been the much anticipated jewel in the crown for all our ladies in attendance to truly celebrate our unique Royal Ascot sense of occasion and delight us all in looks to remember. Let's go upstairs and have a look at some of these incredible looks for Millinery Collective 2022. I've just caught up with our hairstylist here, the wonderful Stephen Lowe. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much, Scott.
Good to see you.
First I have to put the hat on, and then you have to see where the hat's kind of maybe closing off, maybe the hat's leaning to one side, so then we maybe want to sculpture the hair to the other side, kind of like balancing out the face.
Yeah.
So we're just very much looking at the face shape to see actually what works, where we need to like open up or close off. I think when you tend to do hair up, especially if you want it to last all day, fine hair nets around the hair, very good. You can sculpture the shape, but it will hold all day in place. You won't get any like little fine hairs kind of sticking out throughout the day.
I love that, that's a top tip.
I think always start with a good base product, so something like a blow dry lotion or a mousse or something, really work that in the hair, so then you keep that, you'll actually get the hold in the hair of the direction you want it to go, and then a good hairspray. That, you know, I think that's the key.
I worked with Ascot a few years ago and I loved it. In fact, I got the reputation as the person who shoots all the hats in London. People would come up to me and say, "Oh, you're the hat guy." I'm like, "Oh, okay." What I'm looking for in the picture is something that feels real, like a genuine moment. I try and make them comfortable in it so that they emerge as a person, a character, that somebody you recognize, and so the hat becomes part of their identity. And then it feels more real and it resonates better more clearly with the audience. I like everybody on set to feel part of the process, because if they don't give their best. So if you want the best out of someone, you have to explain what it is you're looking for. If you don't explain the destination, it's very hard to get there.
How would they know?
You know, and I like everybody to look at the picture and to see what it is that's working and what's not working, or where we're going. And if it's really successful immediately, it also gives everybody a bit, a burst of enthusiasm and kind of excitement for the process that we're in. I mean, for me, photography is an art form. I'm old school, and I love to create images that are iconic and timeless, and that will actually, people will look back at and remember and want to reference. That's a dialogue, and you're having a conversation with that thing, and it's probably saying, pick me up, wear me, because there's something about me in you. I love a brave hat, quite honestly. I mean, there's no point. If you're gonna wear a hat, wear a good hat.
I think post kind of pandemic is definitely this sense of like euphoria and this sort of real like making it matter and this sense of celebration, because we can be with each other again, and Ascot is the perfect environment for that. So here I am with our wonderful stylist that I know Royal Ascot are so excited to be working with, Sarah Kate Byrne. How are you, my love?
I'm good, Scott. Great to be here. It sort of starts with sort of being sent the collection, so it's 12 hats, 12 different milliners. Most of whom I've worked with before, they all have quite idiosyncratic styles, which is always, you have an eye, I've got my eye in already. And then we did a sort of a recce in Fenwick, and went around as a group, but I am quite decisive. I'll see a colour or a sort of a silhouette and think that's with that. We've got 3 looks left to shoot here, and it's sort of a mixture of different sort of very neutrals and then completely over the top Ascot. With a hat, you want to try it on beforehand. Travelling in a car, if you've got a very big hat, you might want to consider getting the train, because otherwise you're going to have a crick in your neck by the time you get there. Good hair and a good hairstylist. I do my own. I mean, I would love to have the time, but I don't, because I've got clients and I'm running around. But think about how you're going to style it up. You do tend to, if the hat goes this way, style the hair that. Comfortable shoes. Gotta be comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes.
They're all day. Genuinely love them all, and I work with all of the milliners. But John Boyd, so Sarah Marshall, who took over from John Boyd, and John Boyd was Princess Diana's milliner, and she's created this sort of, almost looks like a meringue, this confection of just a single rose. So it's quite simple, and it's I would say it's more art than millinery, because it is a statement and it looks great from the side. So we've really pared back the dress.
I'm excited.
But I think that if I could wear one.
Dramatise the search for the takeover here. Mayland C in the light blue is beginning to run on very strong in his bearing down on her, being followed by Love Rage. They're heading inside the last 100 yards, and it's Dramatised in front. Dramatised wins the Queen Mary in devastating style.
She's very classy, you know, she's going to be top class. Probably one of the fastest fillies of 2-year-old fillies I've ridden, and probably one of the best. So yeah, she's in great hands.
She's very quick over 5. I think she'll stay 6 now. Danny says leave at 5 first shout, but I trained the dam and she stayed a mile, you know, so I'm sure she'll stay another furlong at least.
I mean, look at this. We're here at Car Park 7 with this incredible vista for Sky Art Landscape Artist of the Year. And over here, enjoying a very spoiling Fortnum and Mason's picnic, are the hosts of the show, Stephen and Joan. Good afternoon and bon appetit. How are you both?
We're both terrific. I mean, it's a beautiful day and we're drinking champagne. What more could you want?
Look how hard we're working.
I know. Are you okay? It sort of seems awfully hard work. Now, talk to me about what you're eating.
Well, we felt we ought to celebrate as well as everybody else here, and we've seen some lavish picnics going on. So we do have a beautiful Fortnum and Mason picnic brought for us.
Yeah, quite right. Well, it's the right time in the day. And also, in regards to the amazing artists that we have here, what's been the sort of drill so far? Because obviously this is quite an iconic view of the racetrack. And what's the brief for the artists?
Well, to sort of capture something of the day in an original way. And obviously we have that iconic grandstand. We have the thousands of people here picnicking, and we have the horses. It's quite a lot of information. So they have to sort of be very selective and edit a beautiful landscape for us and then execute it with aplomb. That's the brief.
Right, execute it with aplomb. And obviously it changes rather a lot during the day in regards to the sort of people arriving and the atmosphere and the light. There's also, as an artist, I imagine there's an awful lot of things to think about.
There's a lot going on, and there are a lot of different noises going on, which of course as broadcasters you will realise are quite a problem. But the artists who are painting here love the building, that amazing stand. It's quite stunning.
Really
quite
is.
Stunning. I'm really impressed by that. So that's fine because it's static. What is difficult to paint is moving horses.
Right.
And they struggle hard, and the horses dash by and they catch a fleeting glimpse of them. Sometimes they've got 5 legs, sometimes 3 legs, but they try very hard to catch the idea of speed.
Yes.
That's a real challenge.
Yes, I bet it is. Now, obviously, there's so many different interpretations of that iconic view. Anything that's particularly sort of stand out for you at the moment?
No, it's early in the day. They've been painting for an hour or so, and they're really just getting into it. So they've got another 2.5, 3 hours to go. So we'll wait and see. But the paintings are there for everyone to come and have a look at if they want to as the day progresses.
It's such a nice treat, actually, because we're in the fashion hub. So actually to come and see something which is, you know, again, equally as creative, but just sort of absorbing and documenting Royal Ascot in this way.
Yes, it's very nice for people who are passing by, and you see them take an interest. They're perfectly welcome to come in and mix with the wild card. There are about 50 wild cards here, all painting away like mad, and they're quite happy to talk to people passing by. Also, they quite like to see their hats.
Yes, I know.
Hats are a big feature of this
well, I imagine
establishment.
as an artist as well, the hats would actually work quite well for a bit of shade.
Yes,
I mean, thank you so much. I really enjoyed catching up with you guys, and obviously just in regards to having this spoiling Fortnum and Mason's gorgeous picnic.
Wonderful.
Have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what a treat. Today we're upstairs in level 6 in one of the royal enclosure boxes with Mrs. Stephanie Waxberg and Miss Zanuska Mowat. Now actually Zanuska and I know each other very well. We worked many moons ago for a designer, but now you work for Halcyon Days.
Yes.
But also you are a regular at Royal Ascot. Tell me about that.
Very lucky to go each year, and today is a great joy to be a guest of Royal Ascot this year. So very happy to be here. Everyone's having a wonderful time. Wonderful colours. It's so good to be back. I didn't come last year throughout COVID, so it's great to be back here. Love it.
And Granny's actually presenting an award. Now please tell us who Granny is first.
Her name's Princess Alexandra, and she's going to be presenting the 4th prize today.
So will you be there downstairs in the parade box with her?
I'm going to try and run down and see her, yes, but I won't embarrass her.
So back to why we're here. Actually, tell me what you're wearing, because you look absolutely beautiful in this pale blue. You look very cool, calm and collected.
Thank you. I love how it's coming across. This is a Luisa Beccaria dress, and I've got a wonderful, my shoes are by Manolo Blahnik, clutches by Carolina Herrera with my name, so no one can steal it. And then I have a Laura Cathcart.
And tell me about your jewels as well, because they offset your outfit really well, especially your bracelets.
Thank you. My bracelets, of course, I'm in charge of marketing for Halcyon Days, but these are by Halcyon Days. These are our new Salamander Talk bangles and a Hammond Talk as well, and my earrings are by Kiki Madonna.
Gorgeous,
And
gorgeous.
aren't they fantastic?
They're absolutely beautiful. Good plug there. I like that. and I just have to say, my love, what a knockout, because you've also managed with this incredible silhouette to bring an Umpty +1 to its first Ascot. How clever.
Baby's first Ascot.
Baby's first Ascot. I absolutely love that. And I also really like the fact that you're wearing this piece that's very figure-hugging, so you're not trying to disguise it at all.
No, absolutely. I think that's the way to go. I think you have to kind of show it off instead of wearing a big tent. And actually it feels really comfortable, so it's really nice.
And also a very good colour for this very hot weather. So talk us through your look and the beautiful headpiece and the jewellery and everything.
So my dress is from Self-Portrait. I found the dress first and then kind of matched everything to it. The shoes are actually my wedding shoes from Aquazora.
Really, I heard that from somebody else today, and I love the fact all these stories, these shoes can tell some tales.
Absolutely, and they actually just got restored by the Restory as well.
Brilliant.
Because they definitely saw some dancing on my wedding night.
I bet they did. Now, obviously, as a person of influence, Royal Ascot's quite an interesting one from a fashion perspective, and you've had a good afternoon post-lunch. What are your sort of highlights? What have you seen today that you think actually is really interesting from a colour perspective, or perhaps designers that we're seeing today?
It's actually just really nice being back here and having so many people here. I was here last year and it was so much quieter. But there's been some amazing hats. I feel like there's been a lot of height this year, which has been really lovely.
People going all out.
Absolutely, and actually I decided to go a bit more fun than usual. Instead of the big hat, I thought I'd go gold.
Seeing metallics in the day, I just feel there's a real trend for this at the moment in the way of actually why reserve that just for evening wear?
Yes.
Let's bring it out, because just to remind us all, we are celebrating, the world is open, so it's a very exciting time.
Definitely, so this is a piece from Jane Taylor. She's quite well known for doing these headpieces, and I just thought it was so fun in the kind of gold chainmail.
You look amazing.
You do. You look like an actual Russian princess or an icon, actually, with the headpiece. It's absolutely beautiful. You both look incredible, and it was such a joy to speak to both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy your race day.
And in front it's Zechariah. Eldar Eldarov is trying to catch him, so also is Harfit. These two bearing down on Zechariah and Colin Keane. Eldar Eldarov, the judge will have to split up.
Yeah, I thought I got there. Galloped out so well after the line. I ended up nearly at the round mile start, so I hit the line very strong. My first winner was tremendous, and I was emotional, but this meant a lot.
Hello and welcome to the Royal Ascot Box, and we're joined here by broadcaster, actor, model, social influencer, our dear friend, Carl
And
Devol.
podcast guest for Personal Threads, Kai Devol.
Hello guys, hello darlings. We're here, finally, amazing.
I have been actually waiting with bated breath to see what you were wearing. I didn't even want to look on social media because I knew you would post it earlier, but I thought I'm just going to wait until I see you in the flesh, and what a vision you are.
Aww.
Please start from head to toe what you're wearing.
So, I am wearing, on the head we've got Jess Collette, who's an amazing British millionaire, and then I'm wearing Fendi Spring Summer 22 by Kim Jones.
Yes, and shoes?
And the shoes just a Jimmy Choo.
Just a Jimmy Choo.
Just a Jimmy Choo.
Just a
and just a
Jimmy Choo.
Fendi bag, you know. I'm actually obsessed with this bag, I want to keep that.
I quite like this piece because, you know, just to share, it's incredibly warm here
Yes.
at Royal Ascot
Very
today,
warm.
isn't it? And
Very
can we
warm.
just show you, because Carl is actually, for this Fendi piece, has got a slight little backless number.
Because there was no rules against backless.
Clever. And these little air vents
Side,
here,
the
and the
little
other side,
breeze.
with the gorgeous tattoos. I think this just looks very, very
I'm
chic.
learning a few tips here. I'm going to copy that for
It's
next
like
season.
church in the front, party in the back. Do you know what I mean?
I want to go to a party with you. Now, just talking about how progressive we are thinking now in regards to dress code for Royal Ascot and dress code in general, from a sort of trans perspective, I think that this is such an interesting time for the trans community. So can you share some thoughts around that?
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think especially in the UK, we put so much pressure behind clothing and, you know, sticking to sexes and masculine and feminine. So it's really kind of exciting for me to be here today and be able to be myself.
Yeah,
it's kind of
fly the
brilliant.
flag.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. So was it hard for you to think about what to wear? Because as you are trans, you wear dresses, you wear suits, you wear trousers, you wear mixtures. So did you think you really wanted to push the envelope with wearing a dress, or you just thought, I just want to be comfortable, feel me, and just look fantastic?
Well, this is the thing, like, I think there's a fine line between being yourself and coming across quite performative, and I always go from a feeling and an energy and how I feel that day. So I just don't really want to wear a dress. So today I decided to go for a suit. Yeah.
And as a stylist, obviously, it would be remiss not to get some intellect from you in the way of the sort of colour stories that you're seeing, because obviously Ascot is all about kind of embracing, like a, you know, sometimes like a real solid colour. We've obviously seen florals, but you know, from your perspective, what have you seen?
I've seen some gorgeous, my favourite outfits today have been white, to be honest. I've seen some gorgeous white, fresh looks. I've noticed that everyone's wearing a lot of pastels, including myself.
Yes.
And yeah, I just think people have really gone for it, which is great.
And can I say, what do you make of the Preen massive shoulder pads here on suit?
80s realness. I thought you would appreciate this.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. I'm in love. And
We
the
all love a bit of
headpiece,
Dynasty.
like, everything. Everything.
Fabulous. Thank you so
Love
much.
it.
You look gorgeous. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys, and thanks for having me. It's been amazing.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, coming to Royal Ascot is an all-round gastronomic experience with some of the world's most renowned chefs dazzling us with their skills. And as part of the preparations for this year's Royal Meet, Ascot chef-in-residence Ollie Deboo visited the Slingsby Gin Experience to create a gin specially for our Sandringham restaurant.
Hi, I'm Ollie Deboo, exec chef of Hyde Restaurant in Piccadilly. I'm here in Harrogate with Slingsby Gin and Royal Ascot, and we're developing a one-off flavour just for the Sandringham.
Welcome, Ollie.
Hey.
Mike Carthy, co-founder and joint owner of Slingsby Gin, and you're here today to hopefully come up with your own formulation.
Yeah, very excited, looking forward to it. Hopefully you can show me the ropes.
Right, okay, Ollie, it's time to select your base materials here. There are 6 classifications: citrus, floral, herbal, spiced, juniper, lead-in and a fruit. So I'm thinking if you want to smell them, taste them neat, add some tonic.
I think verbena's one of those, again, slightly forgotten herbs. I mean, it's coming back, but for me it should be in every supermarket across England in the summer. It's just effervescent.
Okay, Ollie, you've done your 6. Which one are you going to go for?
So decision time, I'm going to go for number 1, which is the citrus. Just love the clean, crisp flavours of it. I can see it's got lemon verbena in, which is a personal favourite. So yeah, we'll just add a couple more botanicals and see where it leads us.
Okay, the selected botanicals for this blend are green tea with jasmine, a lemon verbena, lemon peel, grapefruit peel, coriander and licorice root.
I'm going to probably lift the lemon verbena a little bit.
Okay, Ollie, if you'd like to charge the still with the Grey Neutral Spirit.
Yeah.
So full bottle in.
Yeah.
That's good, and then add the 3 core ingredients, the juniper, coriander and angelica. And that's now ready for your next component parts, which are going to weigh out.
Perfect. Okay, Mike, so now I'm going to get started weighing up the botanicals to go in. Starting 0.2, licorice root. So everything's weighed out to the gram, the still's charged. What's the next step?
Right, the key stage, distillation. This is where the alcohol is going to permeate with those botanicals, and we're going to get your magic liquid coming across for collection.
Exciting.
Okay, Ollie, distillation done. Split now between heads, hearts, tails. It's now back to you. Would you like to do a blend of heads and or tails with the hearts to give your final taste preference? All yours.
Cool, I'll give it a try. So you said earlier, was it dip, don't sip?
Dip, don't
sip. Because this is what, 80%?
80%.
Yeah. Yeah, punchy, but no, you really get the verbena coming through. Yeah, there's more citrusy still. That one tastes a bit more marmalade-y, almost a bit more cooked out. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe 10 mil. So the gin's ready, but it's neat. So we're going to top it up with the Harrogate spring water.
Okay, Ollie, you're now ready to check the final strength of your products.
So looking about 43, 44.
Wow, punchy. There you go.
So here we have it. The end result. Huge thanks to Mike, Alex and all the team here at Slingsby Gin for helping me produce a delicious bottle, and I hope you guys enjoy it too this summer at Royal Ascot. I'll see you then. Cheers.
Now, it's not all about the gin at Royal Ascot, it's also about the champagne. And Susan and I have come here to Moet Chandon Bar for a little sort of obligatory 4 o'clock fizzy pop.
I love the fact that we're here and we're getting to drink some champagne. Now, I just want to know, have you got any winners today?
Winners, Susan? I haven't got time for betting. It's all about the fashion and the drinks.
Cheers.
Inside the furlong they come, still State of Rest. Baybridge has got to his quarters. State of Rest is fighting on tenaciously though, and he's going to fend them all off to make all for Joseph O'Brien and Shane Cross. State of Rest wins the Prince of Wales' stake.
It takes a lot to win a Group 1, never mind 4, and you know, in all different countries, continents, you name it, he's done it all. What a fabulous horse at 4 years of age to be doing this, and just delighted to be part of him, you know.
We knew that the winner would come eventually, and it's very special that it would come in a race like the Prince of Wales, and like I say, I'm very proud of everyone at home and very thankful of the team of people that we have with us.
And here we are, out and about in the Queen Anne enclosure. Now, the dress code is a lot more relaxed here. Ladies can wear dresses of varying lengths and different style hats. And for the men...
Well, and for the men, you know, they can actually lose the topper as long as they're wearing a suit with matching material, and socks are absolutely essential. But it's so nice to see all the different worlds that we have here at Royal Ascot. And I kind of spotted these two ladies over here.
And these ladies look so
Hi,
elegant
how are
and
you?
refreshing. How are you? I'm going to come over to this side.
Nice and close together. Now, you look wonderful, and in the Queen Anne enclosure, and it looks very summery and it looks very elegant. Can you just talk us through, if we start with you, my lovely, talk us through your look today?
In fairness, I found my dress on self-portrait.
Did you? Oh, brilliant.
Yes, it was a treat to and from myself, and I thought, why not?
Absolutely, why not? And it's so elegant, and I think actually with the little bow here, but the choice of fabric, you're probably a bit cooler than a lot of the other people.
That's one thing we have found today, is because we're out by on the picnic benches out the front, and it's fabulous because you've got a nice breeze as well.
And your wonderful navy straw hat, talk us through that.
In fairness, that was through my grandmother, so she knows a friend who has.
See, pre-loved pieces, pass it down the family, and it's kind of another party. I mean, and this is just something else.
So tell me about your dress, because I have been seeing a lot of sequins during the day. What possessed you to wear sequins? What was it about this dress?
Olivia Rubin, this dress, and I absolutely love it. I bought it for my 50th birthday, and I've only worn it once. Obviously, because of COVID, none of us have been out, so it was an ideal time to wear it again, and I just love the colours. I just love it.
And tell us about your hat. And I love that you're wearing a pre-loved piece that just comes out again out of the wardrobe. So who made your hat?
This hat is actually from a company called Hats of Hearts, which I rented the hat from. We go there every year for any occasion, and she's lovely. She's got the most amazing hats, and we all sort of go there as a family to borrow the hats.
I think you both look absolutely incredible. Can we have you together with your hat tilting to camera there?
You
That's
look
just
gorgeous.
absolutely wonderful. And highlight of the day so far?
Well, I just had a winner on the last race. Yeah, so that was good. State of rest. And my father-in-law passed away 3 weeks ago, so it's a really good. And he loved his racing, and he loved Royal Ascot. So
I
it's a
love
really
all those
good-
stories. That
Yeah,
really
it's
means something,
amazing.
doesn't
So
it?
he picked a winner for you.
You know, it was a win.
A win's a win at the end of the day.
It's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're all with the family because my parents celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary in March, and we bought them tickets to come today. So there's 13 of us
That's
here
what I
today
love,
as a
is that
family.
sense of family
Yeah.
and sort of generations all coming together to enjoy Royal Ascot. Well, thank you so much. You both look incredible. Thank you for your
Enjoy
time,
your
and congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you both.
See you later. Well, let's continue having a walk around, because I just love the ambience around here. And we're
Yeah.
by the bandstand, and this is a bandstand that keeps the music going every year. And at the end of the day, we all have a great sing-along, don't we?
Oh, I love a sing-along. You know
I
me,
know
Susan.
you.
I mean, it
It's
gets to
usually
4 o'clock in the
Kajagoogoo.
afternoon, and I'm very happy to have a sing-along.
I wonder if they've got a Kajagoogoo number for you, my love.
Right, what's about this lovely
It's wonderful,
table
but
here
you've
in
got
front
so
of us?
many
These
different
guys.
restaurants around here as well. Little
Hello,
things.
guys.
Hi, how
How
are you?
are you?
How are you enjoying your Royal Ascot?
Happy Ascot.
Is it something you come to
great to
every
be
year?
back.
We do, we come every year.
Are you regular
We've had the
Ascot
perfect
goers then, are
weather
you?
Yeah, yeah, we came
perfect
last
tables,
year,
so we're
and
happy.
it was restricted
Have you had any
crowds,
winners?
but it was fantastic.
No, I have.
One in the first, I think it was, yeah.
Brilliant. And do you come every year as well?
We've been for a few years. We love it. We came last year even when it was locked at, like the test event. It was amazing, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I hope you have a great day.
Are the ladies behaving themselves, gentlemen?
Yeah, but a couple more drinks, and I'm sure they're...
Cut to 2 hours down the line.
Yeah, yeah.
That falls off chairs when he's had a few. He does.
Yeah, we got that on camera. Right, jolly good, well documented. Have a lovely afternoon. So I've just caught up here with my maid, Zach Pinsent, the sartorial elegance and just one of the most best dressed men here, with a huge embracing of vintage and pre-loved pieces. How are you?
Thank you, I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Tickety-boo. Very, very pleased to see that you are taking the dress code and making it very much bespoke to you and finding pieces that you love, and you've put them together and created this whole ensemble. And there's so many stories that you can tell from each of these pieces, but let's start perhaps with the tie-pin.
Oh, thank you very much. So the tie-pin itself would have originally been one of a pair with a chain linking it, which was commonly used in the 1830s. So this is probably from the early 19th century. So it has a sort of gemstone surrounded with these sorts of things, and at some point in the Victorian period they said, let's turn it into a tie-pin as opposed to a weird cloak fastener.
Got you. Okay, and there's so much fun for the boys to have these little accents, these little attention to detail that just make it...
The devil's in the detail, and there is so much scope, especially for men, to show and showcase all of this detail that is available to them. And it simply is a case of looking in those drawers, going to those vintage shops, going to those antique jewelers, and realizing that there's always been so much option available, and embrace some of it.
Yes, embracing, exactly. And I think very much we are embracing it in the way of sustainability, because I know that we've just had a chat earlier, and I think, you know, from a fashion perspective, having those pieces that have had a whole journey and we're just continuing their journey is so important for the environment. So just talk to us that, because obviously you're a bit of ambassador of that, waving the flag for vintage pieces.
Oh, certainly. I'll definitely get on my soapbox and start talking about sustainability. So it's that whole notion and idea that wearing things over and over again is very good for them, it's good for you, it's good for the planet. So do it with as many things as you can. You don't always have to buy new. As Oscar Wilde said, fashion is such a ghastly thing, we have to change it every 6 months.
I love that.
So when it comes to something which has been in fashion already, why not go for something that fits you, gives you a different shape? You know, maybe something from the 30s with a larger shoulder. If you're have larger shoulders, it works especially well because it has a higher waist. It's flattering in different ways, where a modern cut suit may be less so. So it's about working things to your advantage.
Now, you do look like you're in very familiar territory, but it's actually your first Royal Ascot, and I have to ask you about the topper, because it feels like you probably wear a few toppers in your life, and this is just such a beautiful, beautiful one. So talk to us about where you sourced the topper from.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, actually, of all places, this was actually from eBay over a decade ago.
Really?
Yeah, you can find some nice things. It's very much the vintage and charity shops of the online world. And whereas most people have trouble picking out a tie in the morning, I had trouble picking out which top hat to wear today. it was very much...
It's a signature look.
Certainly, certainly. So this is an antique one, probably from the 1880s or so. It's French. And then I had it renovated on the inside with some lovely patterned silk. So there's something interesting going on.
Look at that.
Which was fairly common during the period, to have interesting linings and colours in hats.
Yes.
So in the 18th century, it was fairly common to have pink or red inside your hats.
Yes, right.
And it's quite nice to sort of have that reflected now. Now, a lot of them are white on the inside, although the bowler from Christie's still keeps the red on the inside.
I know, and I love that Christie's red. So I sort of dock my hat to you, my topper to you. Can we just have a quick look down here? The trousers and this wonderful waistcoat with the chain here. Can you talk us through that very quickly?
Of course. So the waistcoat is probably from the 1920s or 30s. It's one I picked up in a charity shop in London forever ago. And I was actually quite worried. I wasn't sure if it would fit in, because I was looking at obviously the uniform regulations to get in, and I was like, oh, I don't want anything too patterned, so I did bring a spare just in case I wasn't allowed in.
Now, I'm going to be in trouble if I don't, because I know we're running out of time, but I'm going to be in trouble if I don't quickly mention this cane that also is a telescope. Can we just open that up?
So this is a telescope cane, because of course nowadays we have the screens, but back then you only had a telescope in order to look at the horses and as well as the other people at Ascot.
That's a good fashion spotter. I love it. Thank you, Zach, so much.
What a great day we've had. Day 2 Royal Ascot. Now we have Hayley Moore here, our expert in everything horse racing. So Hayley, tell us, what are the tips for tomorrow?
Well, you're the expert in fashion, and it's been on point today, and it's been absolutely glorious. We've been very blessed with good British weather, which is very unusual.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that day 3 is going to ramp up, and the expectations of glorious sunshine are going to be high,
yes,
as is the action on the track. You might reference it as Ladies' Day. I don't know, we've moved on from that.
It's Gold Cup Day, because actually, when I first met you, it was the Garrard unveiling of the Gold Cup, which was absolutely incredible to be so close to it. So tell me more about that and the history of Gold Cup.
Oh, well, I'm glad you have referenced day 3 correctly, Gold Cup Day.
Yes.
It's steeped in history, and Her Majesty the Queen is the only person ever to have won this race. A reigning monarch won back in 2013 with a horse she bred, Estimate. I was very lucky. It was ridden by my brother, so I was a very proud sister on that day when I stood there, watched the Queen celebrating in her royal box.
Incredible.
As she cheered home a horse she bred, which is quite remarkable.
Yes.
Estimate's now a mother herself, and her foals and horses racing, they've done really well. So it's been a wonderful family to follow. Over the years, we've had some brilliant winners of the race, horses that have really made their name in history. Horses like Yates. There's a beautiful statue down in the middle of the Royal Ascot parade ring that is just stunning.
Yes.
The Stradivarius is going to line up in it this year. Frankie Dettori,
Yes.
Mr. Ascot himself, is going to be on board.
Yes.
Last year, he got stuck.
So close.
Yeah. Got stuck in traffic almost, and it was devastating for everyone watching.
I know.
And Frankie came in really angry, really frustrated, because it was his chance to etch his name in the history books with Stradivarius winning it for a 4th time. So I'm really hoping that it's going to happen on day 3. We'll find out, but it's certainly something that I'm really looking forward to. So Gold Cup Day has got a lot of expectation to live up to.
And obviously with this heat, how does that work with the horses? How do you keep them cool? Do they like racing in the heat? Does it affect actually them on the course?
It's a really good question actually, because some of them cope with it really well and they're fine. others can completely just put in a performance that you're scratching your head over and you're thinking, why have they been so disappointing? What's happened? And they just haven't coped. Heat exhaustion. Here at Ascot, they do take really good measures. They've got fans, and not only are they just cold air coming out, but there's water, so it's like a little mist. So if you're getting a bit hot later, just go and pop down to the horse.
I think we're going to have to move the fashion studio down to where the horses' stables are. It will be much cooler, and we'll be in good company as well, with some good winners.
Friday, when it's going to really get hot. I mean, it's hot at the moment. That's not the only thing we're going to be looking forward to, though, because a little bit later on in the card, Reach for the Moon is going to be lining up for Her Majesty the Queen. This horse, we were hoping to have seen him go for the Derby. He had a bit of a setback, picked up an injury, so John and Thady Gosden had to give him a bit more time. He came back, he had a good return to action from a break, ran really well, but we're hoping that this is going to be a moment where Her Majesty is back celebrating, either if she joins us in person or in her royal box. So Reach for the Moon, we'll all be cheering him home as well.
Reach for the Moon is the one to look out for. Any other quick tips?
I'm going to be cheering home Stradivarius, I think.
I think we all will be. I think it's Frankie Dettori's time.
Definitely.
And we want a statue next to the other horse. What was it called?
Yates.
Yates.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I'm glad that I can learn something from you.
Thank you.
End of day 2. These have come in really handy, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely perfect. It was great going to the Royal Ascot shop to buy these fans. It's been sweltering today, but these have kept us cool, calm and collected.
Yes, they absolutely have. Now, come on then. Highlight for day 2 from Susan Bender-Whitfield.
I think actually walking around the Queen Anne enclosure, I've just seen a different side to Royal Ascot, but my highlight was the bandstand, being so close to all the musicians, playing that wonderful music, everyone having a sing-along. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's the real spirit of Ascot, isn't it? It's so nostalgic. I guess for me, it was the Sky Arts sort of destination that I went to over in the car park there, that they had the Thornton and Mason's picnic, and it was just so nice to see all those other things that are going on. And if I'm allowed one other, I think possibly actually really pushing the envelope from a sort of flying the flag from a trans perspective, Carl de Vol in that amazing pearl blue kind of trouser suit, just really showing just how progressive the dress code is for Royal Ascot.
Without a doubt, and I think it's wonderful that everyone is welcome here, no matter what you wear, who you are, whatever sex you are, race, colour, creed or persuasion. I think it's an amazing day out. I've seen lots of families here coming for birthdays, celebrations, and I think it's the family element that I love the most.
Me too. Oh my gosh, what a day 2, and we really look forward to day 3, and tomorrow is a big day.
Tomorrow is actually Gold Cup Day, which is the favourite day for many of the ladies, so I would say bring your best hat.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.